Alright, we have T90 official as blue, he's the Magyars, but here in red we have Ozone, who is the Berbers. So both of these are pretty good cavalry civs. The Berbers are kind of a bit better, I would say, talking about cavalry, because they get camels, right, and they can produce them faster. I think that's their kind of gimmick. But the Magyars, they don't get camel, but they do get pretty good cavalry archer. So we might end up seeing a cavalry archer versus camel thing going on here. Anyway, I'm going to have a quick look at the maps. And when I say quick look, we're going to dwell on it endlessly for the next 10 minutes until something happens. Ozone is here. He has forward berries. He has back gold, so he's not going to be too displeased about that. I actually like his base very much for Arabia. I just played Arabia and there was no woodlines within a country mile of my base. Yeah, that's why I lost. And yeah, but he has some nice woodlines here at the front, and at the side, and at the back, and at the back, and at the other side. So he's completely has a nice wallable map. He could even wall to the edge of the map here if he wanted to. Has his little goats out here, but should be completely fine, so I'm liking this. T90 on the other hand, forward gold and back berries, but he has this very safe gold behind, so we may see him go here with his first mining camp, but then he might jump out onto his main gold with the TC later on in the game. This is exposed. This hill will be important later on. I think his main stone and gold are here. So maybe Mr. 90 will, or Mr. Official, Mr. T will come forward and be more aggressive. That tends to be what you see. When people have a bad map, they're like, okay, I don't want to defend this game, so I'm going to go on the aggressive. So maybe we'll see that from him. These guys are obviously really good. T90 I think is 2k2 pushing 2k3, whereas Mr. Ozone is like 2k, but I've seen him at 2k1 before, so really good. We casted him before actually, and he got into a bit of a tilt situation with Harakiri, this Moroccan player, who just was incredibly annoying. I really wanted to put that video up on YouTube, but there was, surprise surprise, too much lag and it just would have been kind of crappy. Like, I wanted people to see it, but there was 2 people watching it live, so there you go. So yeah, I'm feeling this is going to turn into kind of a Cav Archer versus Camel kind of thing, and it's going to come down to who can micro better. I expect T90 will be able to micro the Cav Archers to a victory. Incredibly powerful composition, like just Cav Archer. It's very difficult to deal with. We've seen Valles just ruin people with it recently. But yeah, okay, so we're seeing a barracks coming up from Ozone before his mill, so that says pre-mill drush. Pre-mill drush is just designed to get in very early aggression on your opponent, ideally before he has Lumen, probably before he has Lumen. But yeah, in terms of like banter or like any kind of, what's the word here? I can't think of the word, but basically these two kind of have a history. It's not a bad history, but I think T90 once referred to Ozone as like his MBL, and I think T90 considers MBL his like gatekeeper to the higher elos, because he just loses to him all the time. I'm not sure if he's ever beaten him. Anyway, it's no shame in never losing to MBL. I've never lost to him. It's no shame in losing to MBL. I haven't beaten him either. But yeah, he says that Ozone, he kind of has that relationship with Ozone, except the other way around, where Ozone like has a tough time against T90. It's kind of a gatekeeper thing. So might see Ozone like trying very hard here. T90 probably going to try hard too. I've seen him play. He is always very focused in how he's able to talk to other people and do it at the same time. It's pretty impressive, I would say. Pretty impressive, and it's impressive how good he's gotten at the game. Yeah, he did well in Masters of Socotra, and like his team did well in the Return of the Clans. So yeah, he's scouted this drush with... No, where's the drush gone? Did they go home? He didn't kill both of them. Oh, here they are. They're going off to Kansas, as Dave would say. What does he see? He hasn't scouted his opponents, so that's a problem. That's probably one limitation of the pre-mill drush. You need to send your scout out earlier to get the intel. I don't like how he's just grouping them all together, honestly. I prefer to see a scout go out and do some more scouting. rather than keeping him here with these two guys. But anyway, it's fine. T90 doing these interesting walls towards his TC. He's walled in his berries here and 2 wood lines, so he's going to be pretty safe going up. Probably feels, yeah, that the gold situation is a bit dodgy for him, so not ideal, but I think he's going to be fine. We're going to see how he transitions off of this, but right now he just has food and wood, and yeah, we'll just be able to make trash units. And what's he going to be expecting from the Berbers player? I mean, if I was playing either of these, I'd be expecting just scouts opening, but after seeing this pre-milled drush, which is now coming around here, and I don't think we'll get any damage if T90 is paying attention, which I'm sure he will be. I forgot how I started that sentence. Anyone in chat want to help me out here? Why are we getting lag? Come on. No lag. We had lag while I was playing, we don't need lag now. Alright. Welcome to the stream, by the way. My beautiful only viewer. For now. As we see, T90 hit the feudal age earlier. How many pop did he have when he got there? Yeah, 20 vills, so like pretty standard, nothing like super fast or anything like that. It's kind of safe for like your eco's a bit better. Got some damage from this drush here, just with this idle time for this vill, and obviously some resources repairing the palisade, but nothing crazy. But yeah, no drush is ever completely wasted, I would say, unless you send them directly under their TC while they're coincidentally luring the boar, and like they don't actually have to do anything and it will just kill them automatically. That rarely happens, so yeah, it's some damage. Nothing crazy, no vill kills. So yeah, let's see how this goes. T90 going out with some scouts. We have Ozone also in the feudal age. He is going for stable also. So we're going to see scouts versus scouts. But Mr. Ozone, I think, is seeing, he's realizing that there are probably going to be scouts in his base before he gets scouts out. And he is going to wall in his wood line here, which is a good idea. He's already walled in this one here. Needs to get this field back to work. Nice job from Ozone. Has all these guys hanging around on stragglers, and we'll just be adding farms behind. Looking like a pretty standard scouts into knights build order. Just wants to go heavy on farms. Bit of a T90 farm here. Not really T90, but like less efficient. I guess he wants to take the straggler as long as he can. T90 is housed. Then we're going to check T90's farms. This is a bit of a T90 farm here as well, honestly. Could have been, oh no, it couldn't really have been more efficient. Could have been here. This would have been more efficient. And now he's continuing his walls out here, so that's an interesting transition. So we saw him go with these weird walls around the side, and now he's actually building out here with his production buildings, which I like. I like. It's interesting to see how he transferred out of that. And yeah, he's not letting this get too much value here. It's just 2 militia. He's going to be able to clean that up with scouts soon enough. And he has gone forward with 2 scouts in the meantime, trying to get damage. But Mr. Ozone has done the smart thing and added some spears, which he is stationing around the areas where he's vulnerable and where his valuable resources are. So he's vulnerable here, not just because the villagers aren't walled in or anything, as we see some action on the front, but it's his valuable resource, it's his gold, right? So good positioning there by him. Definitely something to look out for. Just putting stuff in the right position is just huge. A few seconds can be the difference between losing a bill and then losing the game. As we see these bigger walls now coming across for Mr. Ozone. Yeah, so he's going to actually have pretty big walls in the end, and he's going to have this gold part of the wall, not ideal. The stone will be safe, as we see more scouts trying to run in for T90, trying to get some damage. Might be able to get some vills here if he's micros this well, but good play by Ozone, kind of blocked with the scouts there. It can be just super messy when you can't really see what's going on, like the mill is kind of blocking what you can see. And yeah, you just end up losing units, but yeah, this vill is isolated but now runs back, so good play there. T90 shouldn't get any damage here. Yeah, gonna block the guys here. Yeah, but he's delaying these 2 from... Look how close they are to going off. Oh my god, yeah. Send 2 fresh fills, yeah. Get those up. And yeah, this is from the Berbers player going to double archer range. Like, Berbers, I'm not sure if like double archer range is their thing. There's a hole here, isn't there? No, I thought there might be a hole between these 2, but apparently not. It's the kind of thing where you would run through there, like if you were playing, that would happen. Or if I was playing. Yeah, T90 being annoying here with scouts. He's invested into quite a few of them, but now on the back of this he's getting wheelbarrow, and I don't think he'll be able to click up. Yeah, he knows that. Usually you get wheelbarrow just before you click up. It's kind of like not a rule, but it's just something that you do, kind of. A lot of people do it, but he realized he won't have enough food to click up afterwards, so he just queued a bill after that. And we're going to check Mr. Ozone on the other hand. He's in a bit of a worse position, isn't he? He doesn't have anywhere near as much on... whoops, Mr. Ozone is back here. Mr. Ozone doesn't have anywhere near as much on farms. There was a lot of disruption. T90 is going to go to castle sooner, and Mr. Ozone wanted to go 2 archery ranges, was delayed, and I think this isn't going to get much damage done in the end. Having said that, T90's woodlines are both exposed and will be vulnerable to archers, especially if those archers are backed up by some spears. Of course there's a hole. Oh no, there isn't. Blocked by a berry bush. Imagine that. Send 5, like these guys have been trained, like he trained those scouts. These guys like went to an academy, like they might have like a diploma in being a scout. Oh no, berry bush can't go in, sorry, no, not allowed. Can't jump over it, can't go through it. Just Age of Empire things. As we see T90 completing his walls, again protecting his villagers out here, which is quite nice. And yeah, but I don't imagine that Ozone is going to get any damage here at all. Maybe he's just going to keep his archers in here for a while and then just spring them out in castle. He's like, surprise! Well yeah, a bit of a weird play there, but I don't know about Berber's archers. They don't get arbalest, so he can't use them at the end of the game. Well, unless it ends in Castle Age, and he just has crossbow. But yeah, nothing special, right? Nothing special at all. Magyars actually get pretty decent archers, and obviously Cav Archer also. Ozone might think long term about going Camel Archer. That actually might be the strongest unit that he has against Magyars, right? Counters the Cav Archer, counters cavalry in general. So yeah, that's definitely something he might be thinking about going into. So but the thing is with Camel Archer, it just always seems to be quite difficult to get into. Like with any unique unit, you have to get the castles up. You have to get maybe 2 castles to get enough production. And if you're trying to scale your Camel Archers, the same way your opponent is going to be able to scale just normal Cav Archers, you're going to have a bad time, as the meme says. But yeah, we'll see how many. I'm just getting way ahead of myself. We don't know what he's going to go for here at T90. We're going to keep an eye on him. And we're going to see if Ozone moves out to stone anytime soon. Again, he committed to these archers, which in hindsight might make sense now, because he can get the cavalry, or not the archer upgrades, which will affect his camel archers at the end of the day. It's all going to be useful. Coming out with this one archer, yeah, probably just to stop the pressure coming on his wall. Over here, yeah, great pressure coming in here. This gate will go down. Yeah, this is a nice composition, bit of an AI army, but like sometimes AI armies like win the game. You see a lot of times pros will just add like, it's a bit of an extra commitment. Let's say they go for archers and then their opponent goes skirms, they will add a stable and get some scouts out and they just counter them immediately, and sometimes that can win the game if your opponent is not ready with the spears, and obviously the spears can be countered by the archers. So yeah, like it's kind of a skill thing, right? If you force your opponent into kind of a wall here, would just be delicious if you wall behind here. Bill goes down, so a bit sloppy from T90, but good wall in the end, might be worth it. Is he trying to get damage over here at the same time? No, he just clicked in, can't get in. Some of these scouts are weak, so yeah. He's not loving it, and don't know where that came from, sorry. He's not loving it, and yeah, we're gonna see, I mean, spears are positioned really well here, protecting all the weak units, or not weak, but vulnerable units. The archers are here stopping from walling behind, so yeah, if he just stays in here, it might be okay. If T90 wants to clear it up with just cavalry, it's going to be expensive in terms of he might clear it up. Like, I think this could probably take it, maybe. Spears here, yeah, probably not worth it. As we see Mr. Ozone hitting the Castle Age, and T90 deciding to take this fight just against the spears. He'll be able to clear it up. Doesn't lose any. No, he did. He lost 3 scouts, so all those scouts are weak. So good play by Ozone there. I bet he targeted those. And a lot of these knights are weak also. But yeah, will he get some damage here? Should get a Vil. Deserves a Vil, I think. Gets a Vil. Yeah. Maybe get another one. This one's weak. Scouts are weak. Whoop. Nope. Oh! Will this come back to haunt T90? Maybe he'll move this guy onto a farm underneath the TC. Alright, let's see how it's going. Meanwhile, back at the other base, T90 brought his knights forward, the ones who cleared up the original, or the spears. But, yeah. Ozone has triple range production of archers, and that's bizarre in a way. Certainly not playing directly into your Civ's strengths, but I mean it's going to counter what T90 has, so happy days. Who am I to criticize? These guys are super good. T90, this is sloppy. He doesn't have the plus, he doesn't have the armor yet. Ozone without ballistics, so it's going to be kind of harder to target the knights. T90 waiting for a big enough ball. I bet he's getting the armor, is he? No, he's not. He should. He should get the +2 armor, then he might be able to actually take fights here. If he got the upgrade, I think he takes it with these cav. But anyway, let's see how it goes. Ozone wandering around. I'm not a big fan of the way he's going, since he should know that the wood lines and stuff are here, but maybe he knows that maybe he scouted this already and he knows that T90 is kind of wall behind. A good job by T90, like making his base quite safe. Excuse me, the cursors has a mind of its own.
Again?
These guys, yeah, I mean, they're barely going to be rangeable, but he's going to be able to push them off. And T90 to deal with this, just going for more knights, isn't he? That's it. And these guys are going to break in. These villagers will have to run. So this safe gold is gone. T90 moved a TC over to this gold, which is really, really smart. Always getting his TC on gold and wood, ideally. Basically, no matter what you're going for, TC on gold and wood is ideal. Alright, so T90 just bringing his villagers back. Could probably put them to work on a straggler tree here, so just a small thing there, like, yeah, now sends them back out. I'm just waiting. Now he's getting the armor, now he's going to think about taking an engagement, so maybe a mistake by Ozone by diving here. Like, this is a big enough ball of crossbow, and maybe he's just trying to buy time for something else, but T90 is going to wait for him to come out into the open, I bet, and then he's just going to pounce on him. Meanwhile, back here, we have a build-up of crossbow, so yeah, if he'd kept these guys alive, can he snipe some monks? Okay, that's going to be useful. Sniping some vills, so I think he knows his days are numbered and just going to try and get as much damage as possible. Nice little pocket for him to sit in here. T90 might maybe think twice about engaging. Should take this handy. Yeah, but Ozone getting the maximum. Yeah, T90 deleting some stuff, gonna run around, but still gonna lose a few knights. But all of these crossbow are going to disappear. I see some chat between the players. There was obviously a pause there. Yeah, a few more knights going down, but all those crossbows gonna get cleared up. So we'll see if that's gonna be worth it in the end for Mr. Ozone. I'm not convinced. Like, imagine he had brought these guys forward and then joined them up together and then tried like maybe a, I don't know, better push. But he got some kills. T90 wasn't, and like he was defending as well there. T90 wasn't able to attack him because he had to focus at home, which meant Ozone could focus on his eco. He's gone out to stone, and what did we say? Camel archers will win him the game. I think there's nothing that can really counter that from T90. I think skirmishers are the counter, but yeah. Unless he gets just ridiculous knight numbers, which he might do. He's just doubling down on knights, still going. Double stable production. Excuse me. Has vills coming out of 2 town centers. Excuse me again. Yeah, how is he going to go about tackling Ozone here? He's going out to his own stone. The Magyar unique unit is the Magyar Hussar, so like super duper mega Hussar. Hussar? Hussar. Oh my god, I can't speak today. Anyway, good play from Ozone. I mean, I like the switch he's making as the knights try to get in here. This lumber camp is gonna have to be careful here. Like, there's so much over chop potential. Like, look at this. There's 2 vills chopping this. If the knights get in, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be the game, but now he's getting his castle up on the front. I'm not sure what to think about this position. It kind of makes it awkward for his units to get out, right? Unless he deletes something here and makes a gate. It's a bit of an awkward one. I don't know, like, T90 can't really push through there anyway. Maybe the castle over here to protect this gold would have been better. But monk coming forward for T90. I'm just going to check, do Magyars get redemption on their monks? They don't, okay, never mind. I was just thinking, like, if he's going like 5 head, what do they call it? 5 million IQ, whatever the meme is. I keep saying it every stream and I can never get it right. It's like 5, like, I don't know, okay, I'm going to stop. It would be a very smart play perhaps if he got redemption, converted one of the houses, deleted it, and then he would be in. It's something that I don't see people do very much. Redemption is expensive. It's like 500 and something rip to this fill. Oh, the dodge. Oh no, there he goes. Yeah, maybe Mr. Ozone needs to think about getting ballistics, but we see him actually making stables behind, and he's hiding these, right? So he doesn't want T90 to see these, and we can take a guess at what he's going for. I would guess camels. He's also making camel archer. So camel archer will counter the knights. Camels will also counter the knights. He's also, yeah, if he was just doing one stable, I would have said, oh, he's just doing it for the techs, right? Because you get the cavalry upgrades will affect your camel archers. He's going for four of these. So yeah, he has camels in production now. So nice play there. What can T90 do to counter these? Well, oh, I got converted. That's brutal. Monks, yeah. Monks so far doing okay. Is T90 gonna get in here? Yeah, he needs... The Berber player, Mr. Ozone, needs to double down on camel production. What's the bonus they have? Stable units are cheaper, right? They don't produce faster, they're just cheaper. So yeah, it makes sense. As these knights come in, but the camels will be here to take care of it. Oh, you don't like that though. You don't like that. Did he lose all his crossbow? No, his crossbow are here. So I think he'll clean this up in the end, but it is going to be messy. As we see knights going down, I think a bill or two will go down here. T90 with all the upgrades. Yep. 10 plus 2 attack, 2 plus 2 armor. So yeah, knights kind of raiding machines here will kill those in 3 hits. 4 hits. 4 hits. But yeah. Maybe this is Ozone saying, oh, I wanted to come out here so I could drop something, or just take this kind of straggler tree. Why are these hills exposed? As we see everything run out this way. Yeah, not the best thing there. Not the best. Using more bills unnecessarily. Out of position. That's it. And now he just sends everything back in this way, and the TC goes out here on the stone. So maybe thinking about another castle, going to double down on the castle production. Like, he has a great army. Like, I think he just needs to push out. And I think... Oh, okay. This is nice from T90. Just going to keep Ozone pinned back. Maybe this is... Well, this is smart play. Obviously getting a castle kind of in the middle to protect his gold here, and to take this gold away from Ozone is nice. But people always say, is he going up to Imperial? Yeah, so very nice play there. So like generally you don't want to drop a forward castle, kind of late castle age or whatever, unless you're going to be in Imperial age, and he's going to be Imperial age. What is that, 2 or 3 minutes for his opponent? So he will get Trebs out immediately. Should see some Trebs being produced. Will we? Yes, we see a Treb being produced now, so good play by him there. But yeah, that was, yeah. It means that he can't defend at home though with the castle. Like a castle at home would be nice to defend against this, because Ozone I think does have the superior units. Maybe just the numbers here for T90 gonna win it. What upgrades is he gonna go for? What okay, so he's doubling down on his stable units. He's going for the plate guarding armor, and he's going for Cavalier. Didn't have husbandry, so that doesn't really matter. Yeah, these camels should do work long term. Like, I'm not convinced by T90 honestly. Like, he's going for a powerful unit. He's upgrading well, this is an interesting pattern. He's upgrading everything that he has, so it makes sense. Like, he's gonna just increase the value of his army, but he needs to make a counter at some stage. He needs to make a counter, and I'm really not sure what it is. If he's just gonna go like, I'm gonna make so many Cavalier that I'm gonna win the game, like, I don't know. He has 32 on gold, 40 on food, so definitely enough to have like ridiculous production. As we see, he has 3 stable production. You could probably bump that up. But yeah, he's gonna push through the middle here with the Treb, and he has this really nice position. And is Mr. Ozone? He's not up yet. He must be okay. He's still a bit away, but he's got crazy camel production. Maybe T90 is realizing that he's kind of on the clock here in terms of taking out this army. Waiting for the upgrades with Cavalier first, and how is this going to go down? It seems like the camels just melted, and all of this should eventually melt. So T90 waiting for his upgrades, knew he was ahead, and takes a good fight, honestly. It's up the hill, but it doesn't matter. As we see some conversions coming here. Imperial age now for Ozone, and he is immediately going for a heavy camel. Makes complete sense to me. So this is an interesting game, because like, you could say that T90 is kind of playing it wrong, even though he's winning. I don't want to say wrong, like it's obviously not wrong, but like, he's going for a unit which his opponent like just counters a lot. So I think he's gonna say to himself, like, now I have to do damage, right? If I let it, okay, this is a lot of camels. If these get upgraded, yeah, maybe it's too late for T90. Maybe it's too late. Maybe these camels are going to take a big fight. It's too early as well, but like he was going to lose this TC, so maybe just deciding to take it out under the TC while he can. Not a huge fan of it. T90 maybe going to run away. Yeah, so nice play by Ozone there. Was building up the camels behind, keeping this castle up. But how is he going to respond to this? How is he going to get this castle down and push back across the map? He's now getting his heavy camels about to come in, and he's getting the conscription. And T90, what's he going for? Paladin, of course. I was like, is he going to double down on cavalry again? Like maybe just go into pikes, you know? Pikes aren't fantastic against the archer stuff, but no, Paladin, it's fine. He's gonna need to spread his eco around as we see. Oh, okay, there was some raiding happening here from T90, okay. So yeah, sometimes making counters is not the answer apparently, and T90 just, yeah, just says, yeah, gonna go Paladin. What you gonna do? And we see, oh, he's gonna make more camels, that's what he's gonna do, and maybe he could add in some pikes as well. He's kept this castle up like an absolute boss. This Treb will go down eventually. Now Ville's repairing it, and camels can't get in there, so yeah, that Treb might stay up, so maybe a bit lucky there, Mr. 90. Did he get murder holes? Looks like he did. Murder holes! As we see, these Villes just, yeah, I don't know what they're doing, just running across the map. Where is he trying to go? Meanwhile, T90, oh, this is interesting. See this dynamic happen a lot. As we go back to where the action is, camels are trying to take out this Treb by eventually taking out this mining camp. The castle will stay up. These villagers are going all the way out to Kansas, as they would say. And is this town center going to stay up? Camels doing work. What's going to happen when Paladin comes in? Do Paladins just ruin heavy camel? We're going to find out. Would be good if he just garrisoned a few builds here and killed this one. He looked over here, so he should know that that's there. Honestly, he got them to build that. Anyway, at the front, this Treb is still going up. Like this mining camp just did absolute work, and T90 was lucky that the Treb just spawned in here. As we see, not Paladin yet. Did he cancel? No, there we go. Now they're Paladin. I was like, did he cancel? No, 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 no. Now we have a big ball of Paladin up against Camel, and the Camel need to turn and fight or turn and run. They can't just try and take out that Treb. That Treb is like, man, whoever's operating that Treb's like, just keep throwing, keep throwing. Alright, good position to take a fight here. If you're ever going to take a fight against Paladin, this is probably a decent position. They're being forced in this little, whatever, narrow passage. No, don't do that. I think you don't need to do that. It's now getting a good engagement with the Camel, and the Paladin have to run away. So yeah, maybe T90 regretting not going into a counter, and now we see the spear. Who called it? Who called it? We called it. Alright, we did it. We would have made this switch earlier. And is this going to cost T90 the game? Hera made a very interesting video about Paladin and it being a really risky strategy in 1v1s just because of how much of an investment it is. And kind of if you lose your first big wave of it, then yeah, it's hard to replace it, right? He still has his main gold here, like, so that forward gold, kind of a blessing in disguise. He's moved out to these ones here. He's making barracks now and stables. Maybe he could think about going for raids, but I think Ozone has locked down his base. Okay, it's wide open. As I say that, everything is open, but he's still able to take gold. This gold becoming increasingly valuable here. T90 now just out of nowhere has these pikes, so maybe he's just like, yeah, I could do it all the whole time, anytime I want. Does he have help? Yes, he does get help. Is he going to get the upgrade? We don't know. Still has plenty of gold left, still has plenty of Paladin left. Paladin can't engage. Is Ozone missing a window here where maybe just wants to, okay, that's nice. Great positioning there. I don't know why he sensed the Paladin would run over, or maybe he just saw it with this outpost first. But yeah, if you want a definition of an exposed farm, this is about it. Like, what's he doing in the middle of nowhere here? Like, do it around your TC. At least then you can garrison, or maybe it's a bait, you know, maybe he's baiting him in. Anything happening over here? I saw a notification. Up on the front, the castle is still up, and we're having more Treb battles coming, as Mr. Ozone is adding camel archers to deal with pikes. So yeah, the decision just seemed much easier or much more intuitive for him to make. Just has all the counters kind of pre-prepared, and we're seeing just on the minimap just red just swarming all over this side of the map. Yeah, taking out some outposts, and T90's Paladin play does not pay off. I think he had something else. He had envisaged that a bit differently in his head from the way it worked out. Going for Paladin against Berbers just seems questionable, I would say, questionable. But now he has Halberdier on the field, and will the archer range upgrades that Ozone invested in early come back to save him here? As we see these halves, he will have to hit and run a lot with the camel archer. As we see these, this is a close treb battle, honestly. Everyone's just going for the castles. No one is attacking each other's trebs as far as I can tell. So it's about who can repair it more. Right now, I would have said T90 has more vills. Ozone dragging more vills over. This is 4 trebs though, so I think both castles might go down in the end. These halves are not going to do much here, honestly, as underneath the castle especially. This is really nice play by Ozone. He needs to keep these camel archers alive though, like a big mass of them, like I said, can win him the game, so he needs to keep them alive. Castle goes down here. Castle stays up for now. I think it's going to go down, and we're going to see, I think camels just run riot here once that castle goes down, and it does go down. They should run in now. They have the numbers. There's not enough halberdier here for really T90 to counter that. He's pop capped, but he's making paladin are useless now, and he's making light cap, so maybe trying to get some raiding in, but that's going to be diminishing returns. As we see a push coming in over here, the most vulnerable farm of all time. Like what? That's an Ozone farm. If there's T90 farms, that's an Ozone farm. Efficient but vulnerable. Okay, there you go. And yeah, I think that Mr. Ozone is going to be able to push here. Just needs to keep this army alive. He's now going to be able to take this gold. Not exactly efficient here with the placement, but like, this is a crazy game. Crazy all over the place. T90, well, Ozone is just making camel archers. He has 6 town center production of bills. Has 140 bills now, so can probably stop that. He has a lot of idle ones. T90 now just dragging bills over here. Is he going to try and take out the trebs with oh, he is. As the treb goes down with maybe the help of villagers. But yeah, T90 just throwing this now? I don't know. As we see the production of camels kicking back in for Ozone, so I like that. He's gonna having this gold back is just huge. Paladin can't do anything here, neither can the halberdier, and yeah, had to take out that treb. So good play by T90 there in the end. It's a lot of halberdier. The problem with this for Ozone, taking fights like this is a problem. But none of these are trash units, right? He needs gold, right, in order to keep his composition going, whereas one of T90's units, the halberdier, he can just spam that all day as long as he doesn't run out of wood, and he has plenty of wood at the back of his base to take if he needs to. But yeah, in terms of spread, well, we might as well watch this, as, yeah, I'm not convinced. He lost all his camo. What the hell? And now he's going into Hussar. It's like, okay, Hussar are not going to counter the Paladin. Okay, they don't actually do that well against the Paladin in the end. Oh, GG, no! Oh. He could have won that. Man, that castle was huge, well played, too greedy. Yeah, important area, yeah. It was an important area. What are these farms? There's space back here. Maybe he just wanted farms where his army was? Man. No way. No way. I think that's an early GG. I don't know about you guys. Anyway, well played by both of them. Great game. Great players. He threw all his camels away there to the halves. That was a throw, I think. But anyway, good game.